No. Here is Anne. Heading down to Stradbroke to visit freshwater creeks run from the interior of the beautiful island into Moreton Bay. Just a couple of shots of the trip down. Fairly strong wind, so we're just running along with the jib up. The dog is Lily. All disguised, eh? Anne has gone home on the ferry and now we're heading down to Myora Springs. The boat was built as a fishing boat by Arthur Pitt. The creek runs up through the mangroves to where the fresh water takes over from the salt. Much of this video is filmed in the mangroves. There are at least 5 types of mangrove tree around Moreton Bay in these mangrove forests. The water is fresh above here. Beautiful clean water comes from further up the creek. This is across the road and just a little further up the creek. The water in these creeks is stained brown from the vegetation growing further up. In days gone by, boats could replenish their water supply at this chute that used to exist at this part of the creek. These creeks have been very important to the Indigenous people for fresh water and gathering food for many centuries. Leaving Myora and heading north to visit the next creek along the coast. This next one's a little bit more inaccessible, except by water. I've filmed a few stingrays swimming about and a turtle here in the shallow water in the mangroves. These mangroves are mostly red or stilt mangroves. There's a small turtle swimming about there. The most common mangroves are grey mangroves, then there's red or stilted mangroves, then there's yellow mangroves, milky mangroves and river mangroves. There's other less common species in these areas. Picked up a spider there, but I'll offload him onto the next branch. That's a fairly old mangrove, that big chunky one. You can see the fish disturbed by my arrival here and there in the water. This boat is a light dinghy that I made, designed to go fairly fast with low horsepower. We reach a place in this creek where the water is coming from upstream fresh, and there's a lot of evidence of Indigenous people living here. A vast amount of shells from their feastings are scattered all over the place. We're going exploring. There are an incredible lot of shells in the ground all around here, left over from centuries of Indigenous people enjoying this place with the fresh water and access to the bay. I took an extensive walk around here. There appears to be no current pathway to get to this place other than by water. There's some high ground over the other side there. You can see the trees. I'll paddle over and have a look. On this opposite bank, up on the high ground here, there are an enormous number of shells mixed with the dirt. You see shells on the ground here. Let's have a look. You see the ground's full of shells. A lot of dirt though. Those knobbly roots belong to orange mangroves. another oyster processing shed. Sunset at the end of the day. And sunrise early next morning.